welcome back to Belmont Bunch. Today, I'm adorned in the Isles Guys, follow them on Instagram, @IslesGuys t-shirt. And that's actually all I wanted to talk about. That's all I was excited about. Oh, the Islanders win! The Islanders. Whoo-wee! Let's just get into the game. Not a great first period. The Lightning come out and they look really good, and the Islanders looking kind of sluggish, struggling to get anything going in the offensive zone. Too much time playing in their own zone for the Islanders, and the Lightning sensing. I think the Lightning sensed blood. They smelt blood early on because they were pouring stuff on. 11 shots in the first period, and there was a tip by Braden Point where Varley makes a big save very early on. I think it was Killorn and Maroon. I want to say it was Killorn got a roundabout to the front of the net, move to the backhand. It's a great save by Varley. Little shenanigans after the whistle. There was a lot of that in this game. Killorn, no, this one was Maroon. They look very similar with the lumberjack beards. I believe it was Maroon punches Brock Nelson in the back of the head. No call. There was a lot of after the whistle stuff. The referees, it's just, we need consistency from the refs. We need, it feels like we went from last game, everything getting called, to this game, a lot of stuff getting, looking the other way at a lot of stuff. And that is not me coming at it from an Islander fan. That is me coming at it from, I'm a hockey fan who just wants to know, what you're going to call and be able to expect some calls. Not expect as in like, oh, we committed a penalty. That we're going to get a like the thing that the NHL does with the refereeing, where they just alternate penalties and make sure at the end of the game both teams have a similar-ish amount of power play minutes. This game a little bit less so. Good penalty kill tonight from the Lightning. The Islanders, despite not playing a good first, and it looked even worse, the shot board looked real bad, but the Islanders hit 2 posts. You got Paul Mary on a nice little 3-on-2 rush, who got to play a lot of first-line minutes tonight. Thank you, Barry, for doing that. Because Leo, not to shade Leo at all, I actually thought he had a pretty good game, especially down the stretch when they were trying to protect the lead. Leo was doing a good job of just disrupting, the Lightning's momentum through to the neutral zone from their own zone. But we'll get to that. So they get Paul Mary up on the top line a little bit. He rips one, beats Vasilevsky, hits where the crossbar meets the post pretty much. And it's still 0-0. We get a Barzal attempt where he just throws it on net. Big crowd in front. There was a rebound, and it hits the post. Vasilevsky has no idea where the puck is. It goes right along, perpendicular to the line. Yeah, perpendicular. I remember terms. And at that point, still 0-0. They get through one. And I do say they get through because despite a couple of good chances with those posts, really not much outside of that, and the Lightning played a really good first period. So I was kind of worried at this point. There was, I should probably mention, well, that's in the second period, so we'll talk about the second period now. It relates to the first period. First period, I saw a clear cross-check in the middle of the ice. I think it was Stamkos in the Islanders' offensive zone that should have been called. Wasn't. Yeah, that's where I'll leave that. And I think, here's where I think it relates. I think the referees maybe figure out that was a little bit obvious. Like, there are cross-checks that people get away with. Barzal got away with a couple in the Boston series on that play in the corner where Krejci speared him in the balls. So it is inconsistent. Again, I just want consistency. But this is a cross-check right in the middle of the ice. Everybody's looking at it. How? I don't understand how you missed that. But the Islanders had one of their own, not a cross-check, but I believe there was a kind of a shoulder to the head. I'm now blanking on. I'm doing this one a little bit spur of the moment because I had to drive to and from a bar and then drop my friends off as the designated driver. So I'm a little bit tired. And also I had a full work day. I'm full of excuses today. But anyway, so that's my talking about the cross-check relates to, I think, the call on Chernak, where he gets a boarding call. I don't know. It wasn't fully from behind. It was kind of from the side. So that's why I was a little bit shocked. It was called a penalty. The Lightning kill it anyway, so they take matters into their own hands. The Islanders' power play was not great tonight. There was one of them that was meant not to be great, but we'll get to that as well. But the Islanders do get the scoring going. Josh Bailey, this is a beautiful line rush from the second line. Beauvillier enters the zone, drops it off, gets out of the way, doesn't commit an interference. Very, very intelligent play by Beauvillier to get as little body contact on the Lightning player as possible. To drop it and get out of the way. Drops it for Nelson. Nelson, good heads up play. He's looking cross ice immediately. He fakes the shot. He gets the Lightning to kind of commit to his shot, and he does the old spinorama over to Josh Bailey. And it's not as simple as a one-time finish. Josh Bailey holds it for a second, fakes the shot, gets the defenseman to commit, shoots it through his legs. Vasilevsky really has no shot. Top corner. Josh Bailey, man, he is playing great these playoffs. Sixth, close to the top in team scoring. Great stuff. He's just been so good in the playoffs for the Islanders the last few years. And it's 1-0. And not from the power play. This is where the Chernak penalty is called. The Islanders don't score on the power play. Not an excellent power play. And they go up 2-0. What seems like a fairly simple shot to the net. Vasilevsky, not a great rebound. I guess you could say that Palmieri gets good traffic in front, so maybe you can put it more on whoever it was for the Lightning that wasn't able to get a body on Palmieri, because a little bit too open there. Palmieri getting to just take away Vasilevsky's eyes completely. Vasilevsky not able to hold it, maybe probably not even seeing the puck come into him, and then Barzy just slams it home. So the Lightning going a little bit to sleep in the second period, and the Islanders played an excellent second period, and it wasn't done because it's 2-0 there, and the fourth line gets in on it. Pelech just throws a puck to the net. Good things happen. Rebound kicks back out to the middle, and it's Matt Martin. He gets his first of the playoffs. He backhands it top corner, a little fluttering puck, and it's 3-0. But wait, we have a challenge by John Cooper. Well, by the Lightning. John Cooper was adamant after the period. As spoiler alert, this was not offsides, and it wasn't that close on the goal line cam, the blue line cam. Sorry. We'll be clear. That call is made. The call to challenge it is made by the video replay guy for the Lightning. So John Cooper gets kind of exonerated from challenging. It's not his fault about the challenge. He's told to challenge it. But a little bit weird that he's still so certain going into the locker room after 2 that it was offside. Didn't see his press conference. I was driving home. So, maybe he saw a different angle and he was like, ooh. And now he'll get angry at the other guy. So that was 3-0 after 2. But I think if you're a hockey fan, you knew that wasn't gonna be it wasn't gonna be easy the rest of the way. The Lightning are one of the teams in the league that down 3-0 going into the third, you're like 20 minutes, they could do that, and they very nearly do. Braden Point about 5 minutes in, the Islanders very 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 passive third period to start. Braden Point just walks right in. He's got 2 Islanders in front of him. I think it's Dobson and Green. Green is the one directly in front of him. You need to commit a little bit there. You've got backup. If you overcommit, you've got Dobson. And this is just rifled home. And Braden Point has a 7-game playoff goal streak. How dare he? Man, he is unbelievable. 3rd round pick, by the way. Just an unbelievable pick. I think the Islanders took... Why is the mask here? I believe the Islanders took Sorokin in the same draft in the same round. So pretty good 3rd round there. So that's 3-1. And there's too much time left. And by the way the Islanders are playing, there's way too much time left. And they don't quite learn their lesson, because just a minute or so later, the puck is in deep. The Islanders are having trouble getting it out. And it's a weird play because Tyler Johnson is taking the puck in the offensive zone below the goal line. Beauvillier falls. So Bailey, it's up to you. Josh Bailey is overplaying the pass to the point and leaves the slot open. All he does is get a stick out, and then doesn't get any body on him, doesn't stick with him, and Tyler Johnson is allowed to just walk right in and rip one. I believe it was Maroon causing the traffic in front, so good on Maroon. Not much the Islander defenseman could do there because he's tied up with Maroon. Great screen. Terrible from the Islanders in their own zone from the forwards playing defense there. And it's 3-2. Islanders call timeout. It was much needed. And so the Islanders from there started to look better. They started to get the puck a little bit deep more often. Leo Komarov did a pretty good job with it. Skipping way forward, late in the third, we get a huge opportunity from the Lightning. Middle of the slot, about 5 minutes left. Kucherov rips one right off a great pass, and Varley gets across real quick. Great save. Underrated save because of what was to come. So at that point, holding on for dear life. The next few minutes go really well. After a Barzal kind of failed clearance where he takes it into the zone himself, it kills a little bit of time, but he doesn't get the puck all the way deep. He kind of loses it at the blue line. The fourth line gets out there, so I think Barry sees that and he's like, no, we got to get the fourth line out there. Fourth line has an excellent shift for about 2 minutes, cycling in the offensive zone. Exactly what you were hoping the Islanders would do to start the third. Because, like I said, the Lightning did this last game. They just, keeping things in the offensive zone. Best defense is good offensive zone time sometimes, and you're just not letting the other team get, in transition. It was such a good shift. They were able to switch out for the third line, and third line was able to continue the work. And that was the most important stretch for the Islanders of the third period outside of the last couple seconds. The Islanders, they get a late power play. Hedman takes down Clutterbuck on a trip. It's not clear enough to be called an empty net, so it's the correct call based on that. I think it would have had to be like a breakaway for Clutter, and the fact that Clutter was just barely able to beat Hedman to the puck. It's not a clear goal-scoring opportunity, so it's not an automatic goal. And even on the PK, I was very nervous. Even on the Islanders power play, I was very nervous because they're doing a good job of passing the puck around, and that's what they usually do. That's the complaint that we usually level at the Islanders power play is over-passing and then losing it. But it's not as much fancy passes that they do sometimes on the power play when it's not really cooking. But they're doing a good job just, setting up their passing lanes, getting it across, getting it down deep when they have to. The only thing that scared me was, the Lightning were looking for that chance to spring, go for the overload, get 3 guys on the puck. And with the Islanders all, flat-footed in the offensive zone, it could have gone really badly. And Ryan Pulock was throwing one to the corner as 3 Lightning players, converged on him, and it gets tipped out of play. And I think that was big because if that gets blocked and it's still in play, that's a 3-on-1 going the other way. So I think the Islanders after that were able to calm down. Puck goes out of play. They get a second to kind of figure out, okay, we got to be a little bit more conservative. In terms of not conservative, but keeping guys back. So that, one block shot doesn't equal an odd man rush the other way. And it looked like it was over. The Lightning, they get it in deep with 10 seconds left. And Ryan Pulock, he tries to put it off the boards and out. Not hard enough. It is kept in. The Lightning get it cross ice. Ryan McDonagh, game on a stick. 5 seconds left. Amazing spin. A defenseman, no less. Incredible little spinorama. Brock Nelson, no issue with him trying to slide by. With the amount of time left, he's just looking to block a shot. And if you're forcing it to the backhand, you're probably looking, this is pretty good. But Varlamov, buddy, where are you going? Varley, man, way too far out of his crease, way too far to the right. Where are you going, bud? And an excellent little shot by McDonagh to get it by Varley, and Ryan Pulock redeems himself from not clearing the puck out initially. He saves it off the line with a combination of his gloves and his skate and a stick. And I died. The Islanders, victorious. They keep the Coliseum open for at least one more game. The series is tied at 2. It becomes a best of 3. Tampa Bay now back with home ice after getting game 3. 2 out of 3 in Tampa. So slighted, still advantage Tampa. But the series is over. Ryan Pulock just saved the season. I don't see the Lightning losing 3 in a row to anyone in the playoffs. Don't see it. I don't think they've lost back-to-back games in the playoffs. So, yeah, save the season, I think, is not hyperbole. I think that's fair to say. Granted, there's still the overtime to play, but now you don't have to do that. So, Ryan Pulock, great thing of the game was to see all the guys, instead of hugging the goalie, going over and hugging Ryan Pulock first thing. Incredible game. I had my complaints about the refs, just as a fan that wants to see the right calls, and not want to see some of the after the whistle stuff. I get it; it's playoff hockey, but I would like to see the referees get a better handle on that, so that there's not like punches thrown. If there are, you got to call it. But the referees, they have been rough for both sides throughout the series. They've gifted a goal to each team in the series. So you just unfortunately got to roll with it. It is scary that this is the best the NHL has at this point in the playoffs. Same thing out of the Vegas series. You can whack a guy in the face, no penalty because it's overtime. Game management. It's the worst. But let's focus on the fun part of this. Incredible finish. One of an all-time playoff finish to this game. The Lightning, I'm sure they love a lot of the stuff they did in the third. They detest what they did in the second. And the Islanders vice versa. So, it's anybody's series still. You'd probably give a slight edge to the Lightning. But the Islanders have been here before. And if they win the next 2, they have completely copied the first 2 series, as I predicted. Anyway, but great game. Very exciting. If you're interested, follow Isles Guys on Instagram if you like this shirt. The back is a bunch of memes that you probably won't understand, except for the Maxine Nightingale part. As for jogs, go to their Instagram and ask them. See if you get an answer. I know what it is. Not going to tell anyone. It's part of the mystery. It's like puzzles from How I Met Your Mother. Anyway, that's it. We'll see you next time on Belmont Bunch. Thank you so much for watching. I thank you to the Isles Guys for the shirt. We'll see you next time.